What's up? Just eating some Fat Boy chicken wings. Oh, look at the greatness. Look at that. Oh, it's delicious. Fresh too. Protein is life. You want to know how I got savage? Protein life. That being said, I'm going to look at a 650 Bandit. I've actually always wanted one. They're not so much street bikes. It's more of like hybrids, but I've always wanted one. And so I have a good opportunity to pick one up today that apparently runs and drives. There's nothing wrong with it other than a few battery cables, some other stuff, so I'm being told. So I brought a few tools with me to check some things for like $800. It does have some high mileage. I'm not too excited about the mileage. It does have like 28,000 miles on it, which on a sport bike, that's quite a few miles. So I'll be curious to see how the shims and valves sound on it. If they sound healthy, I'm probably going to buy it. And this will make me probably retire my Cruiser as much as I don't want to. There's a lot that's problematic with the current Cruiser that I have that I don't think I'm going to actually take the time to fix or resolve. For instance, it hasn't had third gear since I bought it. So it has it's 5-speed, but it hasn't had third gear. And that's been very problematic for certain hills and inclines that I come across when you have a car in front of you that's actually doing the speed limit, and it forces you down to a speed that third gear can't handle. It becomes problematic. And I'm not going to go through the entire transmission and fix it because I only paid $1,000 for the bike. So in my mind, I'm kind of like, all right, I fixed it up, put a new clutch in it, did all these things. Whoever buys it, you know, it's still going to be a $1,500 bike. I just have always gone past third gear. It'll set in, third gear will hit, but it'll jump right out if you try to give it any kind of real power in third gear. Looks like I'm about to hit a serious traffic jam here. But that being said, hey, there's a fellow biker. What's up, guy? So anyways, yeah, that's essentially where I'm at with that. Is I want to keep driving it, but I don't. I want to get something that actually has third gear, because it gets a little annoying having to bypass it, and then when I jump on somebody else's bike, I always go past third gear because I'm so used to shifting mine past third gear. So that being said, I'll probably sell my Cruiser if this thing runs good and keep the Bandit. And yeah, I mean, I don't. It's not, like I said, it's a twin. I think it's a twin cylinder. It's only a twin cylinder 650, so it's not meant to be extremely ballsy. It's going to have a very short RPM range versus a very long RPM range of a normal 600, four-cylinder, four-stroker. So it's very different power. It's more like a desert bike. That's kind of, if I had to put it in a classification, it's like a hybrid desert bike. It's like a mix of sport, cruiser, and like off-road enduro style. If you put off-road tires on it, it would be successful in the sand. That's kind of how it was designed and built. So I think I might keep it depending on how well it works, and then sell my other bike. We'll see. I get bored with bikes real quick. You guys know I've had the other bike now for 4 months. I've ridden it. I've pretty much fixed everything, just minus third gear, which will not be repaired because that repair is crazy and very expensive, and I'm not going to do it for what I paid for the bike. So I just pass it. Can it function with just 4 gears? Yes. Is it good for the bike to run low RPM range and that kind of whole gearage? Not really. It's very stressful on the parts, so I just don't want to do that longer than I have to. So anyways, let's just see the Bandit and we'll make decisions from there. I'm stuck in traffic right now for whatever reason. I'd like to turn my air conditioning back on because it's very hot. You guys won't be able to hear me over the AC, so see you in a minute. Oh boy, it's a little bigger than I thought. Definitely has a nail in the tire. This is a 1200 Suzuki Bandit Street Fighter Edition. These are actually really good bikes. And yeah, fully naked. This thing looks rowdy as hell. It runs like a top. Not too psyched about the engine paint job somebody gave it at one point, but most of that's worn off. Same thing with the radiator. A lot of the black paint's worn off, but other than that, looks in fairly good shape. Gotta do something with the seat. It starts right up, man, and it's a pretty rowdy machine. It's got an oil leak on the other side I have to address. It's kind of made its way all over the frame, so it's very dirty right now. But though it does start up and it revs full tack, so you can see the crack in the case that somebody did here. This is goofball, whatever they tried to do here. This is all gonna have to come off. I'm gonna have to smack this with a hammer and figure out what happened. Tap, 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 tap. Break off whatever happened in there and see if I can figure out what they tried to do, because it's been leaking oil when it runs a lot. Drip, 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 drip. So this is actually lower than it should be right now. It's at center mass. It's almost full, but not quite. But it does start up and run, and this thing is an animal. I just took it for a ride. It is stupid fast. I gotta do something with the seat, a little bit of work. It's a 2002 1200 Suzuki Bandit Street Fighter. So, yeah, boy, Street Fighter edition, and it is loud. This old girl needs a wash. She is very dirty. There's a lot of road grime, grease, junk. This all needs to be thoroughly cleaned really, really well. And then I'll order a new seat cover and redo the seat. Take off most of these stupid stickers somebody put on here. And yeah, the battery's probably pretty much dead, but come on, you can do it. There it is. Yeah, the battery's almost dead. As you can see, she'll start up with a fresh battery. She'll just go. Yup. Actually sounds really good. I like how quiet the muffler is. It's not overly loud, and it runs really well. So honestly, this bike doesn't need much. Carb clean and fix that little oil leak on there, and I think we're good. You can hear all the clutch components and stuff making noise inside here. The valves sound really healthy. So, very responsive. So, carbs are all in good shape. There you go, Suzuki Bandit 1200.